Jing, Qi, and Jingshan, a holistic approach to life. What is it? Yuan Tze points to a drawing of a car on the whiteboard. A car. It is not a good drawing. I'm pleased you can recognize it. Put your hands up if you can drive. Students respond with hands up. Very good. You can drive a mechanical car. If life is represented by a car, can you drive the car of life? Put your hands up if the answer is positive. No one puts his or her hand up. What is life? It has a profound meaning. Let's look at it from the perspective of Qigong. Using Jing, Qi, and Jingshan is a simple way of showing the unity of life. The human life is composed of three major elements, which are Jing, Qi, and Jingshan. Jing is the physical aspect of life, the structure, all the parts of our body. Qi, in this context, has its more narrow meaning or vital force, life force. Jingshan is the totality of our spirit, heart, consciousness, and true self. In human life, the three elements are interconnected. They constantly transform into one another, they rely on one another, and they support one another. The most important relationship between the three is as follows. Jingshan is the master of Qi. The way we think and what we think tell Qi what to do. The direction of the consciousness dictates the direction of Qi. The Jingshan state dictates the state of Qi. How Qi works determines how Jing works. The physical body needs a good amount and flow of Qi to function properly. Drawing on the above, Jingshan is the master of Qi and life. Qi is the medium between Jingshan and Jing. Let's use the car analogy, which came to me the other day when I was driving, to look at the Jing-Qi Jingshan theory. First of all, for the car to function properly, the car should be mechanically sound. The body and all the parts have to be in good condition to perform at their full capacity. This is analogous to the Jing aspect of human life, the physical structure of the body and its functions. The second requirement for the car to function normally is fuel. This provides the power for moving. The equivalent for that in human life is Qi. As to where the car is going and what route it is taking, this is determined by the driver using the steering wheel. In life, this is the role of Jingshan. Let's take a look at the car of life at this stage. Due to lack of understanding of the laws of life and health, most people drive the car of life without a clear direction. They just drive on blindly and use the car excessively. the car is not looked after properly. There is hardly any regular maintenance. Often, drivers are not even aware when the fuel tank is empty. Sooner or later, the car will start to show problems and eventually it will break down. This is also how we develop health problems. The reality that life is like a car running without direction, on very little fuel, and with very little maintenance, until it breaks down. When there are problems with the car, we go everywhere trying to find help to get it fixed. However, most of the work focuses only on repairing damage or replacing broken parts. This is the same way most of the health modalities deal with health problems. Treating the head if there is a headache, treating the foot if there is pain in the foot, or sometimes going as far as cutting the sick part off. Even when the car is restored to a better condition and the fuel level is a bit higher, it won't take long before there are problems again. If the driver and driving are still exactly the same as before. This is also a familiar pattern in life. There are two options here. One is to keep going, and one day the car of life will be totally wrecked and of no use anymore. The other way is different. It is to deal with the whole situation on a fundamental level. Of course you would want to choose the second way. What does Qigong do here? Qigong continually supplies the fuel, so you have enough power and driving force. At the same time, by using the methods, the damage can gradually be repaired and all the parts restored to good condition. If a Qigong system can do this, it can be considered satisfactory. However, if the driver is still not doing a good job of directing the car or is even driving recklessly, there is still a problem. This, as you can see, is the problem of Jingsheng, the master of life, when it is not clear and not doing its job properly. As we practice Qigong, our Qi condition starts to improve, and some repairing starts to take place. However, problems can still be there when there is no change in Jingsheng, which means life is still dominated by ignorance and attachment, and there is no clear direction on where life should go. Let's take a look at it from another angle. When you haven't learned Qigong and your health is not good, you may not have so much energy to do all the meaningless and Qi depleting things which you wish you had more energy for. Sometimes even to get angry and yell can be too tiring for you. Then you get a bit more qi from doing Qigong. However, Jingxun is still directing life in the same way, still leading to the same things. So what difference has Qigong practice made? It is just giving you more qi to do more of the things which have been depleting qi and causing problems in your life. So if the driver is not really doing a good job, Qigong is only helping you to do more of the things you shouldn't be doing, providing you with more opportunities to create negative causes in life. With the help of the car analogy, take a look at how human beings have dealt with life. Most of our effort is put into dealing with the physical aspect of life, and particularly the repair and maintenance of body parts. This is one of the reasons why most healthcare modalities cannot deal with health problems satisfactorily. It should not be such a difficult thing for human beings to maintain a reasonable level of health. However, the reality that so far there is nothing which can ensure that we achieve this simple goal. When healing techniques are working at their best, they're still only repairing parts and working on the surface level of problems. If the driver or Jingxun plays such an important role, being the master of Qi and life, what about working on Jingxun only, just on the spiritual development of life? And if we make good progress there, then surely everything is taken care of. Throughout history, there have been many who knew the importance of Jingxun and worked in all sorts of ways, solely to develop the consciousness and spiritual aspects of life. Many of you have also been taking this approach, but how well has it worked? The reality that when the fuel is getting low and the parts are getting old, the capacity of the car will definitely be affected. Just as it is not sufficient to focus solely on Qi, it is not enough to focus solely on Jingxun. The most fundamental part of the driving process is the driver steering in the right direction and driving carefully. Learning and practicing Qigong can keep the fuel in good supply. If we combine Qigong with the practice of Feng Shui, there will be less consumption of fuel and better maintenance of the car. Through working on all aspects this way, life gets to be restored to a good condition. When we move in the right direction with a constant supply of fuel and everything in good condition, we will naturally make good progress in life.